Alright guys, welcome back to the series for week number 31. So to get us started, we've got not a dirty driver, just an absent-minded one. Coming to the end of this race here, gonna potentially take his eyes off the screen, try and save it, but unfortunately he's gonna crash 4 meters before the finish line, 4 or 5. And then next up we are moving to Spa, and we have got Ace 12th here, and he's coming to catch up to this guy in 11th who's taken not the greatest of lines through that corner. He's going to try and defend, and it's going to backfire. He's going to put it on the grass, and he's going to end up going right off at Puon and losing a couple of places at least. And then next up we are moving to Tsukuba. Now this guy was leading the race, and he's going to get unfortunately spun here, so that obviously definitely wasn't his fault at all. But how you react to these things is definitely your fault, and it's definitely within your control, as I think this guy might be one of those who struggles to deal with anger. He's going to try and ram someone who had literally nothing to do with that whatsoever, and he's going to end up sending himself off, and he's no longer going to be even mid-pack. He's going to end up stone dead last, and he isn't even going to finish the race because he's just going to quit. And then next up at number 7 we have got Gouch King, and this one started off with just this guy being leaded because he's going to go for a different line through the chicane, let's say. He's going to end up picking up a 5.5 second penalty for that. Well, 5 second penalty for that, should I say. And then he picked up another 2 seconds later on, so he's going to serve that long penalty now. And going to get passed by a whole bunch of people. But the game is actually going to end up being the idiot here as we come to the end of the race. Because as we come up to that chicane, he's going to straight line it even more, sort of clip that other guy. And for whatever reason, I cannot comprehend why he hasn't picked up a penalty and he's vaulted all the way up into 3rd place. And then next up at number 6, we are sticking on Catalonia.
What is going full force?
That is where someone is treating it as if they're about to die and they're putting everything behind it.
And he's going to use full force to send himself into the tire wall. I don't know what's caused him to do that, but he must have been angry about something. And then next up into the top 5 we have got Jethro. And these guys are doing qualifying, so already as we come to start the qualifying lap with them so bunched up, things are not looking good. We're already off to a pretty bad start. So as we come up to La Source, we're going to go up the back of this, I believe it's Alpine, and then sort of get pushed right. And these guys are really fighting with each other. Unfortunately for that Audi up in front, he has spun it a bit, which means he's going to be into the clutches of these two. So as we come up to a Rouge 3 wide, that is a terrible idea. How to ruin your qualifying even before the lap begins. Make sure you're really close to someone in front of you. So then we're going to go towards the end of the straight here, and how to ruin your qualifying lap even further. Punt someone at full speed. He didn't qualify on pole, believe it or not. And then in at number 4 we have got Szozda. We are starting out in the pits, not riding on board with him. Riding on board with someone else. He's coming out the pits and looking to block someone so he doesn't get overtaken. Unfortunately for him, he was ghosted, so jumping to the end of the straight, he's going to try and get past. The guy's going to defend, which he's perfectly entitled to do. He didn't move too early, and he's just going to shove him off there. So Karma is poking her head out here just to look and see what's happening. He's going to try and block this guy again. Oh no, he's going to put it on this grass. End up spinning, and he's going to end up no longer in the top 10 because he actually finished that race in 14th place. So that backfired quite a lot. And then starting us off with the podium this week, we have got Sikkim, who's in 2nd place, so we're riding on board with the chap behind him. And we're coming up to the 2nd braking zone at the Red Bull Ring, and anytime I get a clip from the Red Bull Ring, I can be pretty sure that it's going to be the 2nd braking zone. So as we come into this one, he's going to punt 1st place out the way there and inherit 1st place, but he's also going to inherit a 2-second penalty, which he's very confused about. He's not too sure why he's gotten that penalty, so he's going to try and ease off the throttle and block people, but it's going to backfire quite beautifully, in fact, because he's going to spin not once, not twice, but 3 times, and very nearly a 4th time there. So he's going to be down into 12th place, and he's going to get that back, so he'll be in 11th, but he's got to serve that penalty, and he's going to end up in 13th after all of that. And then just missing out the number 1 spot this week, we have got this sickening display. Don't worry about the cone glitch there, as this guy is in the lead. He's run it a bit wide, and he's going to lose the lead as a result of that. So as we come into the braking zone, he's going to do a textbook overtake. I mean, that's about as clean as it gets. That's sarcasm, just because sometimes you have to point it out. But now, in lap 4, he's got a penalty for that last one, so he's down into 4th place. And he's just going to dive through the inside of La Source to get back up into 3rd, but he's also going to pick up another penalty. So riding on board, he is up into 2nd, but someone's coming to pass him. He's going to try and turn in on him, and then he is just going to shove the guy into the wall. But Karma is definitely watching here, so she's just jotting down everything he's doing, because it's going to backfire a bit as he tries to punt this guy twice, and the second time it's going to end up with him only spinning. But things are far from over with this clip, so he's got another 1 second penalty for that. It should be more maybe, but he's going to punt this guy here who's overtaken him after serving a penalty. And then this guy in front is going to be another innocent victim of this driver, as he's going to get shoved and spun onto the grass there. But Karma is still watching. Don't worry about that, guys, because later on the final lap now, he's going to try and go for something at this corner, end up spinning, spinning after getting put into the sand there, and then he's going to end up about 14th after that. But things are still not over, because Karma is ready, as he is going to just send himself off there back into the gravel. He didn't finish last there because he didn't finish. And then coming in at number 1 this week, we have got a 3-peat offender, potentially more. I might have forgotten a feature, but what I love so much about this submission is that almost everything that happened to this guy was a result of his own actions, as this guy's gone off because of him being punted, and because he lost control, he went straight back into him. So now we are down into 4th place for the moment. Make that 5th as he tries to save it, and down to 6th actually. And then jumping ahead a bit, he's going to try and block someone and end up getting punted off. So now we are down into, well, we're 9th because we've just shoved that guy out the way. And then jumping ahead a little bit, he's still in 9th place, about to be 10th and actually 11th because of his efforts to try and stop being overtaken. And then the force of being shoved off has forced the Corvette to go into him, and now he's going to lose even more places. So this is just getting better and better. Now we're in 14th place, and we're doing the punt to pass there as we shove that Nissan wide, and then the Nissan is going to catch up to him a bit as he tries to block him there, and it's going to backfire yet again, and we're going to be down into 15th place, and I need to take a break after that one.
Jesus, I need a drink.
So yeah, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, go leave a like. If you're new around here, go ahead and subscribe. Thank you very much to my patrons whose names you're seeing on screen right now. If you'd like to join them and get access to videos early, the link is in the description, and I will see you guys in my next video.